Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Tooth and Claw, Venom versus Wolverine, written by Larry Hama, with art by Joe St. Pierre, who at moments does a really good work on this miniseries, but at moments it feels a little bit rushed. And from a storytelling perspective, this story is a mess. It's all over the place. It feels like Larry Hama is really trying to pull in and close off a lot of loose ends and plot threads that he had across many stories here, tied to obviously Wolverine and Venom. So without further ado, let's get into this. The story actually starts off with a fascinating character. His name is Dirtnap. Now, I'm not sure if he's a mutant. The thing is that he lures people in, he consumes them, and he can take them as host bodies and use their powers. He can consume many people at a time and shapeshift between the different hosts and stuff like that. You can see it's Dirtnap because you can see that he has like a smiley face somewhere on his body. And the thing is that he wants to consume Eddie Brock, who obviously is the host of Venom. Also, Dirtnap most of the time uses the host body of a rat. So at least it's like a very creative idea when you see him pop up in a comic book. He's this evil rat guy. So the thing is that we have this rat trying to consume Venom. He's doing this because he has plans to take vengeance on Wolverine for what had gone down with the Dark Riders in Wolverine 100, where Genesis tried to give him back his adamantium skeleton and claws, and he killed all the Dark Riders, including Genesis. Dirtnap was one of the very few survivors of that whole situation. Also, we have the symbiote Scream, who's trying to find the ship that belonged to this character called Phage, who I had no idea was a character reference in the Venom 3 movies. Those xenophage monsters were a reference to that character that I don't have that miniseries. The thing is that Scream needs to find this ship that it's collapsible and it's like interdimensional. She has been commissioned by her secret boss to find it, whom we're going to discover further down the line is Chimera. Or Chimera. I'm not sure how to pronounce that in English. The thing is that she's a character that had a run-in with Wolverine, I think in Wolverine issue 95, who is tied to Lando, Luckman, and Lake. I think that's what the name of LLL was. She is like one of these interdimensional characters that has a real axe to grind with Wolverine. So the thing is that Wolverine is at one of the offices of LLL. He has a meeting with Zoe. I had to double check her name, so it's Zoe Couladin. She was like a big part of the early run of Deadpool, and she would pop up every once in a while in the Wolverine series. She's one of the big operatives of Lando, Luckman, and Lake. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure if that whole company had been destroyed by Deadpool yet, because that's what happened in the Deadpool run. So what happens is Venom arrives to the Lando, Luckman, and Lake office. Obviously, we get a brief little scuffle between both characters. During this whole miniseries, we're never going to get like a full-on battle between Wolverine and Venom. They're going to have like these brief little scuffles. Because what happens is Venom is able to purge Dirtnap out of his system. Now they're separated. Venom wants to kill Dirtnap, but the thing is that Wolverine wants to stop him because he knows that there's a kid still trapped within Dirtnap and he wants to rescue him. It's a kid that was consumed during Wolverine's first encounter with Dirtnap in the Wolverine series. We also have a Triple L operative arrive who looks like a mini Cable. He's a kid. He looks super 90s. I think his name is Emmett. He's so overkill that it's ridiculous, but I think it's on purpose. Also, I have to say that there's a couple of kids in this story. Larry Hama, the way he writes dialogues for kids, it feels really weird. It's rough to get through those parts. So what happens is we get this interdimensional door that opens up. Everyone's sucked in. Dirtnap, Venom, Wolverine. Also, Scream, who had found the Phage's ship, and she was trapped in there with two kids, also get sucked into that portal. There we discover that it's Chimera, the one behind this whole situation. She wanted to take vengeance on Wolverine, so she had sent Dirtnap to find a new host to be able to beat the crap out of Wolverine, so he chose Venom. And then she also had sent on Scream to work with Venom and do this together. And since the symbiotes are not cooperating, now she calls on these other villains called the Plasma Wraiths. They popped up very briefly in Wolverine issue 52. The rest of the story is basically Wolverine and Venom falling through different dimensions, and Wolverine stopping Venom from killing Dirtnap because, again, he wants to save this kid. Fighting against the Plasma Wraiths, and Scream pops up every once in a while, who's dealing with most of the brunt of Chimera's wrath because Scream, again, didn't want to fight against Wolverine. And I have to say that Joseph St. Pierre's art on the last issue, man, it's rough. Like, I don't like ragging on artists most of the time because I can't draw anything. But you can tell that he did this in a real rush. And another thing is that Chimera's here, this is not on Joe's behalf because he's not the colorist. Chimera's hair color changes in each issue. Like, she's blonde, then she's a redhead, and then she has brown hair. The thing is that Wolverine and Venom have zero issues in dealing with Plasma Wraiths. And then they battle each other every once in a while in this story. But the thing is that Scream is able to separate Dirtnap from all of his previous hosts because he just chokes him. It's just a really easy way to deal with that. But the thing is that since Dirtnap is purged of all of his hosts, you get to see how he really is. And he's just like this really weird macrocephalic guy. Very grotesque. And the thing is that our heroes obviously defeat Chimera. They save the day. Now, one of the hosts that they save from Dirtnap is this undercover secret government operative. And this is going to be a big part of Venom's future because in the next couple of miniseries, we're going to get Agent Venom. He's going to be tied to the U.S. government for this secret Black Ops operation that surprisingly we're going to discover is going to be tied to zero tolerance. So if this video made zero sense to you, it was overly chaotic, that's how the story is. So we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.